This is the one day I begin with the usual story, and some of you told me this on the way in this morning about the man who always complained about the Mass being so boring. I said, what do you mean? Well, he said, well, it's always the same. Every time I go to Mass, they give me a palm branch. Holy Week, we are entering right now. And I talk about this every year. I put it in my bulletin article. This is the most sacred week of the whole year for us Christians. So please do what you can do to live this week more differently than any other week, so that by doing or not doing certain things, it calls to mind what this week is. The way that I usually approach it is I try to reduce some of the noise in my life. I have the habit when I get in the car, first thing I do is turn on the radio. Going home, I turn on the radio or the TV. I'm going to try not to do that this week. I don't know if that speaks to you. Maybe only use your computer or your phones for essentials, whatever. You have to decide. And then during those times when you're inclined just automatically to turn on this or that or check this or that, stop yourself and ask, what is Jesus doing at this moment during this week? And we all would have different explanations, and that's fine. But think about it. This is Sunday. By Friday, Jesus is going to be crucified. I believe he knew this was going to happen. I don't see how he could not know that the tide was turning against him. And the only method of execution in that day was crucifixion, dying on the cross. Meditate on what that means, to be scourged and nailed and hung on the cross. And try to imagine what Jesus was thinking, what Jesus was feeling, and ask yourself, how can I be a part of that self-crucifixion, self-sacrificing service for others? And then try to free up your time to spend a little bit more time in prayer, and also to come to the services this weekend, Holy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so on. And then while you're doing this, or maybe even reading the Passion now or whatever, if something strikes you in a new way, you say to yourself, I've heard that all before, but somehow it's striking a different chord in me now. That's how God speaks to us. If you hear that, spend some time with it. Unwrap it in your mind and heart. What does it mean? This morning, that second reading from Paul to the Philippians, every knee must bend. We've all heard it before. But the thought that struck me is that bending our knee is easy, but it also talks about bending our will and our attitude to profess Jesus is Lord. And in the Passion, I like Luke's Passion because it's full of mercy. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus said, this day you will be with me in paradise. I pray almost every day that when I die, I hear those words. Today you will be with me in paradise. Wouldn't that be a good thing for all of us to hear? Well, what struck you? Ponder that, meditate on that during those quiet moments that we will intentionally carve out for ourselves this week. Because it's only by walking with Jesus that we hope to rise with him. We thank you for watching the homily during the Lenten season, joining in our prayerful service as we prepare for the death and resurrection of the Lord Jesus. You're always welcome to join us in person, or if you wish, you can always visit us on mysaintelizabeth.com or watch us on Facebook. A blessed Lent to you, looking forward to the resurrection of the Lord Jesus.